Hello and thanks for tuning in. My name is Clark-Esposito. Today I'm answering the question of what is a tariff classification number and duty rate. And the reason why this matters has to do with the following. If you're planning to import fashion merchandise into the United States, that merchandise will be subject to the payment of customs duties, unless, of course, you're importing from a country in which we have a fair trade or some other preferential trade agreement. But under most circumstances, all goods are subject to the payment of customs duties. And in order to calculate what the amount in customs duties that you pay to U.S. Customs is going to be as an importer, that turns on the tariff classification number itself, which has a corresponding rate of duty assigned to it. The tariff classification number is a 10-digit number. The tariff itself is organized across all products, and all products have a unique identifying number known as its tariff number. The United States has what is called the Harmonized Tariff Schedule of the United States, HTSUS for short, and you may hear this number being referred to as either the HTS number, HTSUS number, HTS code, tariff classification. There's several different shorthand ways of making reference to this number. But that's what this is. The tariff classification number is the tariff number. And corresponding to that is this rate of duty. Now, duty rates can come in a percentage form, which is the most common way. It can come in the form of a specific rate, like $1, for example, where we're dealing with a liquid or other volumes. Then we may use kilograms instead. With footwear, we have pairs. So there's different ways in which a duty rate may be calculated, including a combination of any of these. But most commonly for wearing apparel and accessories for that matter, we're dealing with simply a percentage. And so if we take the percentage 16%, for example, 16%, if that were to be the rate of duty, this number is calculated against that of the total invoice value. For example, if my invoice is $1,000 and my duty rate is 16%, then I'm obligated as the importer to pay U.S. Customs $160, which is 16% of the $1,000 invoice value. All importers are subject to making these payments, and so that is simply something that must be paid. It's not optional. Therefore, sometimes prior to importation, companies will look at the costs involved in importation to decide, can we manufacture overseas a similar product, same functionality, same quality, but maybe have a different type of underlying fiber, in the case of wearing apparel, to make the product come in under a different rate of duty. All products, the shirt, for example, has a different rate of duty than the sweater I'm wearing. And depending on the fibers themselves, where one fiber has a greater percentage than another, then that will change what the classification is of a garment. And when that happens, now you may have the opportunity to take advantage of a lower tariff number than where you had a combination of fibers at different percentages, which may lead to a higher duty rate, in which case you have a higher amount to pay in your duties to U.S. Customs upon importation. So the tariff number and the classification, the corresponding duty rate, these are components used to calculate this additional tax that must be paid to U.S. Customs at the time of importation. More on this can be found in the book, A Practical Guide to Fashion Law and Compliance. Thanks for joining me.